All right, I'm gonna say it. Most people suck at overhead pressing. But just because you have a hard time keeping your shoulder stable overhead doesn't mean you should avoid all overhead pressing, because that's just not fair. So with that being said, here are 5 exercises that still train overhead strength without putting your shoulders in a compromised position. First, the good old landmine press. A much friendlier angle than your typical overhead press that also encourages your shoulder blades to do their job correctly. Z presses are hard as hell, but what's really nice about them is they force you to have good movement mechanics since you're basically stuck sitting in a good rib cage over pelvis type of like braced core position. With the push press, you use the legs to assist you in getting the weight overhead, and this reduces strain on the shoulder while still allowing you to control the eccentric portion of the movement. The kettlebell bottoms up press demands a ton of shoulder stability while also targeting the muscles that are responsible for getting your arms overhead safely and with good control. With an incline press, the support you get from the bench helps you keep your shoulders more stable since you're basically bracing against it, and this also still strengthens the muscles that are involved in true overhead pressing. So those would be my 5 suggestions for how to do an overhead press without actually doing an overhead press, if you know what I mean. The very fact that it's both difficult and problematic to stabilize your shoulders overhead is also the very reason that you should be working on it. And if you perform these strength exercises in tandem with trying to improve your overhead mobility, then your shoulders won't be destined to suck.